order, and with the debate raging, and with calls for his resignation intensifying, Nicholas Pooran has thrown in the towel as West Indies captain. He has waved the white flag. Hello everyone, and welcome to the Cricket Forum. Please slash a like on the video, share, and subscribe. In today's show, we're going to talk about Nicholas Pooran, who has resigned as captain of the West Indies cricket team. Now, in this chat, we have a gentleman in this community named Sheldon Simmet. Yesterday, Sheldon said that Pooran will be stepping down in the interest of West Indies cricket. It appears that Sheldon knew then something that we did not know, because the news broke, hi Karen Sutton, the news broke just about an hour and a half ago that Nicholas Pooran has resigned as West Indies captain. Ever since that World Cup debacle, there have been loud calls and loud shout for Nicholas Pooran to go as captain. We conducted a poll in this community, and 43% of the community members who responded to that poll said that Bavuma would be the first captain to go. Second on that list was Nicholas Pooran at 29%. So this community, just about 1/3 of the persons in this community who responded to the poll thought that Nicholas Pooran should go as West Indies captain. Just this weekend, another poll was conducted, and 53% of us said that Powell should be the West Indies captain, 27% said that Pooran should remain, and 20% thought that Hope should be the captain. I remember in yesterday's video, I said that whoever is the West Indies captain, I have to support them. And while the call for Powell to be the captain of the West Indies team, I understand it, and it was getting louder and louder and louder. At that time, I said yesterday, there was no vacancy for the West Indies captaincy. Now that Nicholas Pooran have stepped down, there is a vacancy. To say who I want to be captain, maybe at the end of the show I will say it, or maybe I will say it in another show when I analyze all the situation. But maybe at the end of the show I will say it. So the news is that Nicholas Pooran, the Trinidadian left-handed batsman and wicketkeeper who was appointed West Indies captain in May, have stepped down from the captaincy of the West Indies. Just going through the statements that he have made in part, he said, I have given the captaincy a great deal of thought since the enormous disappointment of the T20 World Cup. I took on the role with great pride and dedication, and I've given it my absolute everything over the past year. So he had said here that he has given it everything. He felt a lot of pride being the West Indies captain, as we all do, everyone would do. As a little boy, we all dream of playing for the West Indies, but we weren't good enough. Nicholas Pooran elevated to the level of West Indies captain, and we must thank Nicholas Pooran for the work that he did. He said that he did it with great pride. There is no doubt, I remain fully committed to West Indies cricket, and I look forward to providing my service as a senior player in a supportive role. So he's saying that although I step down as captain, I will still be around to represent the West Indies. I'm not stepping away from West Indies cricket. I want to continue to be a player. So he wants to continue to be a player, and he leaves no doubt that he remains fully committed to West Indies cricket and look forward to providing service as a player, which I'm sure as a player his record will go up. By stepping down now as West Indies white ball captain, I believe it is in the best interest of the team and for me personally. So by stepping down now as the West Indies white ball captain, I believe it is in the best interest of the team and for me personally. He said that it's a team and for him. Obviously, the pressure was on Pooran. There was great pressure. And what intensifies that pressure, I soon come to the chat. What intensifies that pressure is that Powell, having won that final T20 against New Zealand at Sabina Park, and then he went on to win the CPL with Jamaica, and then just this weekend, he beats Trinidad and Tobago Red Force in the finals of the Regional Super 50. Trinidad and Tobago Red Force, captain, of course, by Nicholas Pooran. And on Saturday, my headline was captain and vice captain face off for the captaincy of West Indies cricket. And so ever since Powell win, and the shout in Jamaica, if you are in Jamaica, you'd heard it. It's all over the sports radio stations. It's all over Facebook. It's all over the social media. It's so loud that Powell should become West Indies captain. That pressure would have been filtered through to Pooran. And yesterday in the chat, I don't know how much information Sheldon had at the time, but you remember that Sheldon said that Pooran is going to step down in the interest of West Indies cricket and unity. He said, I need to concentrate on what I can deliver to the side as a player. So he said that he needs to concentrate. He even goes as far as say, although West Indies will not be playing another white ball series until March in South Africa, he believes that now is the best time to step down so that the West Indies, Cricket West Indies, will have enough time to choose a captain and to stabilize things and to unite the team and to rally around that captain. So Pooran, this is very nice of Pooran. Whether I'm in agreement with he stepping down or not, that's not the debate here. It's just the professional way he went about it. And it was very commendable. So there are those who will not be agreeing with the decision, but it is his personal decision and we should accept it. Whether we think it is the right move or not, we need to accept Pooran's personal decision. Just before I come to his, I will go into the comment to see, just before I come to his stats. Blessings, good day. Sheldon Smith, good afternoon all. Yes, Sheldon gives support. TNT, I just want to, what Sheldon said that TNT gives support, but never get any. Now, Sheldon, yesterday, just tell us, yesterday, did you know, because you posted in the chat yesterday, that Pooran was going to step down in the interest of West Indies cricket. Did you know at that time, Sheldon, that Pooran was going to step down? We are asking the question. It's only fair and honest, Sheldon, that you are forthright with your community. Did you know yesterday? Supernova 22 said, I think it's the biggest thing of Pooran stepping down. I think the biggest thing of Pooran stepping down is that he said he wants to stay committed to West Indies cricket as a player. We can't afford to lose Lewis, Etty, and Pooran to international cricket. That's a very good point there, and we must commend him for saying so. He leave no stone unturned. He could have resigned and didn't say anything, but he made it clear. He cleared up all the doubt for Cricket West Indies and for his supporters. Other persons would have probably resigned and leave it there. But apparently, Pooran not upset, and so he stepped down. And we must, as I said earlier, we must commend him for the way he did it. Michael Chin, now that Pooran stepped down, Hope should be ODI captain, while Powell be T20 captain until we can identify a captain who can manage a spot in both white ball format to take on the role. I love these suggestions. That's another suggestion coming from Michael Chin. Very good, Michael Chin. So Michael Chin is seeing Hope as the ODI captain and Powell as the T20 captain. May I say, Michael Chin, that my headspace for Hope as the white ball captain, that's where I am. I am for Hope as the white ball captain. I am there. And so you are advocating for two different captains for the white balls team. One for the ODI, which is Hope, and Powell for the T20 team. Because at this time, you don't think that Powell merit a game in the ODI team. I understand. Oh, not Chin, Kane. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I'm very sorry, Michael. Kane, sorry about that. I'm sorry about that, Michael. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Supernova 22. Sorry about that, Michael. Maybe I should keep on the glasses. Don't. I should keep it on, man. I just hope people realize now the problem with West Indies is way above just captaincy. We lack resources, high-level cricket, and technique. Supernova, we have been saying it. And we've been saying that the problem is not just with the captaincy. As far as the technique and the lack of resources is concerned, Supernova, one of the questions I always ask, right? And I appreciate your comment. One of the questions I always ask when I heard about resources is, what resources did Michael Oldham, Andy Roberts, Viv Richards, Gordon Greenwich, Desmond Haynes, what resources did those guys had which these guys don't have? And I understand the resources and I understand the facility part of it. I understand the facility and I understand the resources. But nothing beats hard work in a Supernova. Nothing beats hard work. And batting have evolved in that people are now playing more shots. They are playing the switch hit, the reverse sweep, and all of those things. But the basic of batting remain the same. And you only need, yes, you need resources, you need bat and you need ball and so on. But you remember back in our days, Supernova, I don't know how old are you, but you remember back in our days, we used to have some serious fast bowlers bowling to us. We used to play cricket on the road. We did not have on any pad, any tips, any helmet, and they could not hit us. So these guys nowadays, with all the pads and the helmet and the protective equipment, I think one of the major problems in West Indies cricket is that, one, we are not watching the ball close enough because of all the protective equipment, and two, we are not practicing hard enough and long enough. So I take your point. I take your point that there's a lack of resources, yes, and high-level cricket and techniques. True, I take those points. But those greats, what they developed their game on. I heard that Lara start batting with a broomstick and a marble. I don't know how true that is, but those greats. Now, just taking a look at, going back to Pooran, just taking a look